Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready this planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Ware Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
A local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
that means all the money that we make,
cha-ching,
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4 crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdellInnovation.com. Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
At Smith Motors in Wahpeton, our goal is to find the vehicle that fits you, both in lifestyle and budget. Do more with the spacious GMC Acadia, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hardworking GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive experience featuring high-quality service and low-pressure sales. Chevrolet or GMC, the selection is great. And if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Smith Motors, small-town friendly, big-town...
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Giants Coach Show. And we've got a little bit of echo there yet, Brian, so we'll just kind of take care of that as we go along. Good evening and welcome once again to the Giants Coaches Show. I'm Joe Schreiner. This is Jeff Ralph over here sitting beside me. Welcome to Three Borders Sports Network and those of you watching on Red River Communications Cable Channel 28. And the man behind the curtain over there is, well, I think Noel Eckroth referred to him as the man, the myth, the legend from the North Dakota Sioux, Brian Watson.
I think
Media
we're paying,
mogul.
Media mogul. I do like that one, but I think we're paying Noel too much if he's giving me those kind of compliments.
I don't get that stuff.
Well, you didn't go to Harvard or the North, so no. I mean, why would you?
No, that's true. I didn't.
I'm just saying.
Hey, we've doubled our crowd size back there behind you too.
We kind of do. I mean, we'll give a shot later. I don't have a camera again set up back there, fine. But I can work my magic and get a shot behind me here in a little bit. So
Chad's back there managing the green room, and then we've got
Chad is
David
back again.
From the Daily News sitting back there too. So
special guest.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we like it.
It's pretty cool. And again, the Giants Coaches Show, and presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Our own dedicated cable channel on Red River Communications, if you have it. Anytime we go live with something, it's usually on there, at least a good portion of the time. We're now joined by head coach of the Wahpeton Husky boys basketball squad, our leadoff hitter in the lineup, Jeff Ralph. Jeff, thanks for coming in on a very cold February evening.
It was cold last night walking to the bus after that game.
I bet it was.
It was cold. Joe looked really cold.
Yeah.
When he had to go start it. Yep. Come back in.
Oh, I bet.
He looked really cold.
He didn't leave it run during the game, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah, no, that had to be cold, I'm sure. All right, Jeff, we'll go back and talk about last night's game here in a little bit, but I think we should go back just a couple more. Hey, the Huskies 5 in a row, and I think I've got you 6 out of the last 7, so the Huskies kind of on a roll here.
We talked about our effort, and our effort's been really good.
Yeah.
Defensively, we've locked down some teams, and We've rebounded better. We've established a post presence. Our perimeter's good. So we kind of shored some things up and adjusted some things, and we've really played well. Even last night, I felt like in the first half we were maybe not as sharp as we should be, but when you look at stats, I mean, we've played really well, and I think it's a credit to the boys, bringing it every night. It's hard to get up every night and give your best effort every night, and we've pushed them and prodded them, and they've done it, and 6 out of 7.
Yeah, 6 out of the last 7. Yeah, 5 in a row.
It's been a good run, and I think now we're coming up against some really good teams with Devils Lake tomorrow night, but we've taken care of our business. I think put ourselves in solid position to be second in the region, and if we can get an upset maybe or something, and somebody else helps us out, maybe we can move up. But I think a good place to be right now. We still got a lot of work to do, though.
Yeah, you've still got that. We're looking into the future now and probably getting ahead of ourselves. But, yeah, you do have Kindred sitting at number 1. Of course, they're undefeated. But you do have another shot at them. And like you said, if you get help, you never know what can happen then from that point forward.
Yeah, I think we're both at 8 wins right now. They're 8-0, we're 8-2. So,
yeah,
we're just playing one game at a time and, trying to get better every night. And I feel like we've gotten better on this stretch. I really do. I think we've seen the defensive end really improve, and that we've been way more efficient offensively, where we haven't given away possessions. Where that stretch with Central Cass and Hillsboro and the Breckenridge game, where we didn't shoot it great, and then we were turning it over too, and weren't rebounding, and that's a recipe for disaster. So, I think we've shored those things up.
I think, I want to go back a little bit and talk about some of the first things we talked about in the coaches show here about your team early on. And that's the one thing that I've noticed, I think, with the Huskies. We talked about how you didn't have the big guys. You got Landon, of course, in there. But other than that, you don't have a lot of bigs. You got Alex Cummins has really come along here in the middle for you, too, as well. But your guard play has seemed to meld together and start doing what you needed them to do, and I think they've figured it out too.
Yep. I think that those 3 guys, Jack and Braden and Trey on the perimeter, are a tough guard, and I think they're figuring out how to work with each other a little bit. I think Braden's been maybe our most consistent scorer. Trey will have a night where he'll have 6, and then he'll have 17, and kind of back and forth. But I think they've figured out, like Trayton has this defensive assignment every night.
Yeah,
that does take away from his scoring. We did that to Jack at Central Cass when he guarded Holland, and it took away some of his scoring. But then other guys picked it up. So I think we've seen that. They've kind of fed off of each other and picked each other up, maybe if they weren't shooting it good, or they had a defensive assignment like that. So I think that perimeter, that's a really good crew of 3 guys on the perimeter that can score the basketball and is also willing to share it too.
Yep. All right, let's go back a couple games here. We did not have a coaches show last Wednesday night, so let's just go back a little bit here to the Central Cass game. A nice 60-49 win for the Huskies on the road. Nice road win for Region 1.
Well, I tell you what, a game we were worried about. They beat us at home, and the Holland kid and the Rump kid both kind of had their way with us. We didn't really have a post presence, and I really think Landon and Alex did that job last week. And, if we can get those 2 combined for a double-double, we feel pretty good. And I think Landon was pretty close to his own double-double that night. So a good way for us to get that 1 win back and maybe even that up if it would be a tiebreaker. And we have the tiebreaker over them. They're sitting at 2 wins, but I think all around a solid second half for us. I think we were up 1 point at half, and they'd hit some shots and done some things. But I think in the second half we just exploded defensively right away. I think in the first 3 minutes, Trey had 3 turnovers and 4 points, and went to the free throw line. And I mean, we switched defense a little bit, caught them off guard, and turned them over. And I think that was the difference in the game. Then we settled in and just worked the clock, did what we had to do, executed offensively, and we just saw some good penetration scoring, some drive and dish, and I think we were just solid offensively in that game.
That's good. It was a nice win for the Huskies on the road. Then you came home on Friday night. You had a 2-pointer against Northern Cass, and I wasn't able to. I watched parts of it at home or on the road, I guess, when we were on our way back. But Northern Cass, Brian and Noel had the call on that one on Friday, and a nice 2-point win against Northern Cass. And I know you had to deal with. Oh God! Now the name forgets me here. Hayden Crockett. You had Hayden Crockett's brother on that team too, I think. So I think he's pretty good too.
He had 10 points, hit some threes. They've won a lot of games.
Yeah.
And they come in here. It's a 2-point game, so I mean, we know what's at stake with this one game. And they had a kid hurt, Trey Hussar, who's really good athlete. He's going to go pitch for SDSU.
Oh, okay.
Good pitcher, and hurt his thumb and isn't playing. And then their point guard got hurt in the second quarter, digged his ankle and didn't come back. And so they were a little shorthanded, but we absolutely locked them down. And we gave up 3 points in the first quarter, and then did the same in the second quarter. And we're up 29-6 at half. And
That's right.
I thought we were just locked in defensively, and kind of a herky-jerky kind of first half where we felt like we were in control, but it just never really found a flow.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're up 29-6, you feel pretty good going in. And we told the boys, hey, let's lock them down again. Let's hold them to 6 this half if we can. And that's not going to happen. They do have a Crockett. He went 2 for 4 from 3 and had 10 points. So he scored the basketball. But we were really, really solid on both ends. And, another game where we held the team in the 30s, and we scored 55. And, I look at that and think, oh, just how efficient were we? And we were pretty efficient. We were 1.2 points per possession, which is something I look at all the time.
Yep.
And that's really good. So I was pleased with that. I was pleased with our play with Alex off the bench. He scores 4 points, has 8 boards off the bench.
Wow.
And we talk about that post presence. And
how many rebounds did he have?
He had 8.
Wow.
Yeah. So there again, we landed had a little foul trouble, and just didn't have it maybe that night or whatever. But then Alex came in and picked him up, and that's what we need from him. And we had the beast with 18. Just another big night from Braden.
Yeah.
Hit 2 threes, 5 of 11 from 2, 18 points. And then, we had 2 guys with 8, Trey and Bjorn with 8, Jack with 7, Al with 4. And, it wasn't a whole bunch of double-figure guys, but you get 3 guys, 8, 8, 7, and we were just solid. I thought, we just did what we had to do in that game, and a huge 2-point game, a huge win for us in the standings.
Yep. And then last night, you take the trip up to Oak Grove and came away with a nice one there, too. 71-47 victory here. Again, a defensive effort here by the Huskies.
I was worried about that game from the standpoint that we kind of ran away from them at the end of that game last time and ended up winning by 40, which, it just got away from them. They just didn't score, but you're worried about, are we going to just go into it thinking if we show up, we're going to win? And we kind of saw that with the 2 prelim games. We're just kind of goofing around and not goofing around, but just not taking care of business with everything, their assignments, and end up letting them hang around. And we didn't want to do that. We didn't, because they have such good shooters. And, I thought we handled that really well. Went into half, it was 37-24. I thought in control. And then just kind of managed the rest of the game again, where we were solid defensively, solid rebounding wise, and
I think you said when you came in the door tonight you only used 1 timeout last night. So things must have been going pretty well that way.
Yeah, we called one early. We were sloppy with the ball early in the game, and we called one and got that over with. But we had Braden again, 17 points, just 8 of 13 from the field. Just a good night.
Yep.
Landon had 11 points, 6 boards. Jack had 10 points, 4 from the free throw line, had 4 rebounds. Trey had 9, had 5 boards. And we put Trey and Aiden Saunders, who, I mean, he's a scorer, and we told him, don't let him get it. And he got beat a back door a couple times, but I thought Trey did a great job on him. He did end up with 18, but, I thought he did what we wanted him to do. We didn't want him shooting threes. He only made 1 3 on the night. So, we felt like we did that job there.
Yep.
So, a solid night. Alex off the bench. We get 11 from Landon, 6 boards. Alex comes off the bench and gets 8.
Wow.
So, I mean, we're getting production from that. That's one guy, really.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's good production from that spot. And when you combine that with our guard play, that makes us pretty tough.
Yeah, we talked about that as far as what your guard play has turned into, so that's been good. But again, I'm impressed with Alex Cummings. And again, 8 boards, that's 8 possessions for you right there. So that's big. That's huge. Coming from that guy, he's a first-year ball player, I think, right?
On varsity this year, yep. And the beneficiary of a lot of, drive and dish, and he finishes it. And that's what he has to do. He's not really a back-to-the-basket guy. We would like him to be, but he's not. And Bjorn had a couple nice assists to him, Braden and Jack and Trey, and I mean that's what he does, and he finished well last night.
All right, coming up next year for the Huskies, you got you and Brian's favorite road trip all the way up to Devil's Lake, and you guys are actually like it so much you're going to split up and do it twice. You're going to do it tomorrow. Brian gets to do it on Friday.
He doesn't like double headers, that's why.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
When he's driving home at 10 o'clock.
Here we go.
Yeah.
On Friday night, I'll be asleep for 2 hours.
See? I don't understand why he gets the benefit of that and we don't. So we have to play it back to back. We go to Oak Grove and then we have to turn around next morning, get up and go to Devil's Lake. So I don't know. I don't know who he's paying or who's.
Well, the problem is he gets home probably about midnight on, or maybe even later than that on Thursday night, Friday morning. He's got to go to work on Saturday or Friday morning. You don't. You can sleep in Saturday.
We don't have school Friday.
No, he doesn't have school.
Oh,
See?
there's no school Friday.
It even gets worse.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's Valentine's Day.
I see how it works.
Yeah, I know. So I'm already in the doghouse.
That game should be a doubleheader.
It should.
It should be.
That one should be.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie. Glad it's not.
Are we done with him now?
Yeah, No, I was just going to ask him about Devil's Lake.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're loaded. I mean,
well, look at what you got coming up. Yeah, you got number 2 Devil's Lake in the state, number 2 Devil's Lake. Then following that up next week early with number 1 Kindred. So you got the number 2, number 1 teams in a row. So go ahead and talk about Devil's Lake.
Someone said to me, "Well, your record's not that good." Okay, well, we're 10-6, but I mean.
Look what you've done.
We've played some really tough teams. I like our schedule. I think it's tough, and I think it's getting us ready. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think we go up there and guard like we have. If we can handle Devil's Lake's physicality, which they're going to be really physical, they're big. But I feel really good about it, and I think this is a game we can go maybe steal on the road. We're going to have to play well. We're going to have to make some shots, but I just feel like the way we're playing, we got a good chance. We're not going up there to play one of the best teams in the state and try to stay close. We're going to go up there and try to win, and I think then you take a couple days off and you go back. You got to go to Kindred.
Yeah.
And same with Brian. I mean, they're good.
Yep.
You got to play good to go in their gym. So, I mean, we got Hankinson next. I mean, they're number 6 in Class B. We're taking on. So we got some tough games coming up, but I think that's going to make us better when we get to March 10th and we're kicking off the region tournament. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for tomorrow. It'd be nothing better to go up to Devil's Lake and knock them off on their home court.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Give them their first loss of the year.
How about that? That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see if I got any other notes. Brian, you got anything here you want to ask Coach?
Well, I mean, we're already deep into the Jeff Ralph show right now. So
the Jeff Ralph show presented to you by Giants and Red River.
I know. You guys kind of stole my thunder. I was going to ask you a little bit about Alex Cummings, but you guys kind of talked to him already. I think he's playing really well.
I am impressed.
I really a huge asset for you guys.
He's gotten better each game.
Yeah.
He really has.
Yeah, and it's noticeable.
Yep.
It's very noticeable.
Yep. He's getting more confident. I mean, his confidence level is way high.
Yep.
Because I haven't been able to be at every game in person, because I'm on the other side of the river. But on the other side of the river, on vacation.
Florida,
and then,
Disney World, Mickey Mouse.
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, yeah.
But it's been interesting to see his development, and I'm very impressed. So you guys are working well with him. He's taking the advice and running with it. So good.
And that inside play has been a big
it's huge.
reason for.
He's going to make a difference come tournament time.
Yep.
I think he really is.
Yep.
He'll make a difference.
I agree. And you got some good boys there. So everybody's healthy as far as we know, knock on wood.
Yep. I think we're good to go.
All right.
Be fun tomorrow.
Emily from Southern Valley Travel Center wants to send you a free coffee again, Coach.
Appreciate it.
I saw you out there the other day, but I didn't get a chance to say hi to you. You were going one direction, I was going the other.
I did get a Maya special.
Did you get Maya's special?
Yep.
All right, awesome.
Some sort of iced coffee thing. I don't know what it was, but she made it. It tastes good.
Was it good? We'll go get another one.
I'll probably do that.
All right. Okay, we got Jeff Ralph. Good luck tomorrow night, Jeff.
Thanks, Joe.
Safe
Thanks.
travels. And we'll talk to you maybe next week.
All right.
I think we're
We'll
coming
be here.
back next week. All right, we'll be right back, everybody. We got head coach of the Cowgirls coming up next after a victory, and that's Tony Bogenrees sitting in the wings. We'll be right back after these messages on Three Borders Sports Network.
Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Here at the Amanda Frederick State Farm Agency, we do our best to make insurance a little less insurance-y for you. Hi, this is Amanda, your local State Farm agent. You've probably seen our team out and about volunteering in the community, participating in local events, and just doing our all-around best to support and encourage a healthy, vibrant community. Stop into our office sometime and find out why we've been consistently voted best insurance agency in the Valley and why State Farm has been a trusted household name in insurance for 100 years. We hope to meet you soon.
Any bank can tell you they have a rock-solid commitment to agriculture. Bell can prove it. To this day, every Bell Bank branch is partially built with rocks we've picked from our founder's farm. But our roots in ag have grown more than a few offices. They've shaped who we are and formed our entire approach to banking. Let us prove it to you as you grow your farm and prepare your legacy for the next generation. Bell Bank, committed to ag. In Wahpeton, talk to Rick Steckler.
Minn Kota Ag Products has helped farmers with all their agricultural needs as the farming industry has expanded. They provide farmers with all their chemical, fertilizer, seed, grain, and elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. Proud to be a partner in your operation since 1941. Download the MKAP Grower 360 app from your app store today to see current market prices, your tickets, and any essential information for your operation. Thanks for all your hard work.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. I guess I was supposed to call it the Jeff Ralph and Giants Coaches Show, but he's gone now, so he's
gone now. I mean, I think that you could have done that, but now we got a
Yeah,
little
his
shot
show's
of
over.
got a little shot of the green room behind.
Do we
me
have
here,
the green
so
room, Jess?
A little bit. We don't have Chad in the shot, but
Chad's not in the shot. I'm sure he will be later. But David's back there from the Daily News. By the way, David, thank you for the mug here with my water in it. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yep.
And I think Ryan Brandt is back there as well.
You guys can wave if you want to. There we go.
You guys are on TV right now.
Right, there you go. I like
All right,
it.
so that's we've got our guests there. We got our host back there. Chad's back there doing his job. So we're now joined by.
doing his job?
I don't know. Does he?
I don't know.
He forgot to offer Ryan a drink.
Come on, Chad. Get with it.
I'll get that.
All right, here we are. The Cowgirls basketball is what we're going to talk about next, and we got Tony Bogenreef here, and welcome again, Tony. And staying warm.
I am right now, but yeah, it is awfully chilly out there.
Isn't that something? I mean, at least we don't have the darn wind. You know, that helps a lot. But
and it looks like it's not going to get warm for a little while yet, so we better get used to it. I know Watson likes the cold.
Oh, I know he does.
Yeah.
He loves to travel to Devil's Lake in the cold, too.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I mean, now that you guys are going to bring it up, you do know that whenever we go to Devil's Lake, it's always the coldest day of the year. We're going to get a storm or something like it's going to be icy roads, something like that. I can
What
tell
was
you
it,
that
about
right
3-4 years? No, it was more than that. You had a bus breakdown on the way home, too, didn't you?
We had to get a bus from Thompson.
Yeah.
Boys had the good bus again. The girls' bus breaks down. We had to get a bus from Thompson. I'm
Poor
just saying,
thing.
that's the way that it works for us. So,
How about those 17-5 Cowgirls? And right now, Bogey, a QRF rank has got you at 4. And you mentioned that the coaches poll has got you at 5. So let's keep her rolling, huh?
Yeah, and hopefully we are peaking. I feel like we're playing really well right now. Last night, you looking with the first half, we were able to slow Barnesville down, which a lot of teams can't do. I mean, we ended up giving up 70 points, which is more than we would like to, but anytime you can get a win against Barnesville, we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back a little bit here, though, Coach, and we'll talk about the Holly victory first. Again, another tough HOL team. You can travel up to Holly. There's a little bit of pressure on one of your players. We'll talk about her in a minute. You know, I'm sure she was fine with everything, and she did handle it fine, I'm sure, but a nice 73-68 Heart of Lakes victory up in Holly for you.
Yeah, and another, like you talked about, a big conference win. They're around 500, but they play really long. They have great length and get a lot of deflections, and we were able to beat some of their presses. Talking to their coach after the game, he's like, I even looked at the bench and said, what do we go to next? So we knew that we were playing well when they're struggling to find the defense that they want to use. And you talked about it a little bit, but we started off strong, and Parker was the main reason. I mean, she really got after it.
She did.
Attack the hoop.
Yep. And again, you mentioned it, and we'll talk about it now. Parker Yagi, congratulations to her. And she broke the career scoring record of Denise Friese's.
Yep.
And did it with style, and then some is what she did. So she had a great game.
She did. She needed 14 going into it, and she had that with 7 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if she was going for that or just knew that she had to be aggressive and we needed her to score, because it wasn't necessarily the game plan to give her the ball and let her score, but she did it. And but she also was able to find her find her teammates. She found some open teammates, and they knocked down shots too, which is a big part of it.
Yep. And I had her on the pregame show last night. I recorded an interview, and thank you for letting her allowing her to do that, by the way. And she was very gracious and very good. My wife even commented about how good of a speaker she is, and talked very well for a junior in high school. But she said that too. She says, you know, you don't go in there thinking about it, but it happens, and their teammates were great. You're great, and she was very complimentary of the rest of her team for allowing her to be able to get that.
You know, if you watch it back, you see, I remember Sydney Roberts for sure, but they're all there to give her hugs. They were probably more excited than she was to get it.
Yeah.
And I remember Parker saying, I can't remember where she said it, but she cares more about the big score on the board than she does about the one that shows her number and stuff. So, you know what, she doesn't care whether she gets the record or if we get a win. She would rather get the win than get the record.
Yeah, and you can see that with her and your whole team. I think they're all that way. I mean, they want to see everybody do good, and they aren't afraid to share the ball. And unfortunately for Emily Gowan, she was not able to be that part of it on the floor, but she'll be there next year.
She will. And just talking to her today, she's starting to run a little bit, and I said, it's probably tough those first few months where you can't do a whole lot, and you start to be able to run. You can see maybe the light at the end of the tunnel where, hey, things are starting to progress, and I can see where I'm going to be at here in a few more months.
Yeah, well, that's good news to hear for Emily, too. So anyway, congratulations to Parker on that. So then we come into last night's game against Barnesville, another Heart of Lakes battle, just up Highway 9, just 25 miles north of Breckenridge. And it was another tough Heart of Lakes opponent again coming into town. And there was another goal in target there, another record in sight for Parker, but we'll talk about that in a few seconds. But again, another nice victory for the Cowgirls, coming away with a 4-point win. And I guess what I wanted to talk to you about, Bogey, and we might have touched on it in the postgame show last night too, the series of runs, I mean, both teams make. You made a run to stretch out the lead. I think he was even at 19 at one point. And then there was a 14 and a 15-point lead. And here comes Barnesville making their runs. So talk about those runs a little bit.
Yeah, and it was kind of strange. We press everybody, but you don't know what's going to stick. And our press that we started with really worked and slowed them down and kind of forced some turnovers that's uncharacteristic of Barnesville. So we were able to stick with that for most of the first half and kind of just build that lead. Like you said, I think it got up to 19 or whatever it was. And going to halftime, I think we were up 9 or...
Yeah, I think we were.
So we were happy with that, but we knew even in one of the keys to the game is they're going to make a run. We just got to worry about the next play. Don't hang your head on one possession. If we give up a 3, which we know that they're going to hit, don't hang your head and just trying to make the next play.
Yeah, and again, you got into a little bit of foul trouble with both your bigs, with both Mariah and Aaron. Got into a little bit of foul trouble, and B-Dub was calling the game with me last night, and we talked about it on the air about, Bogey's probably going to have to go to a 5-guard system here, kind of a small team to go with it, and the girls seem to manage and adapt well.
We did, and part of it is we've kind of been put in that situation a few times. We've been able to manage it where we have a post usually on the floor, but going back to the Holly game, we were stuck in that position for a good portion of the second half, and just a stat that stuck out to me from the Holly game was we scored 42 points in the paint. And I think that probably is attributed to having guards on the floor where we're attacking a little bit more, spreading the court. So going back to Barnesville now, I think the same thing. We're able to spread them out. It's kind of hard for teams to come out and guard all of our guards. But we do lose a little bit of the rebounding when we have those posts out.
Yep, and before we get to Parker's achievement, let's talk about Abby John and Fallingstead, of course, is pretty good there for Barnesville as well. But Abby John is very smooth.
She is.
That's a good ball player.
And we've always tried to, I think I maybe said it, we always try and go fire to fire. We try and attack her aggressiveness with aggressiveness, and it hasn't always worked very well. So we tried a different approach where we try and not let her get the ball and then sag off a little bit when she does have the ball to take away her drive, and that seemed to help quite a bit. And we had Parker on Fallingstead, who's, I think I might have said it last night too, she usually averages around 28 points against us. And Parker did a good job of holding her down, and she had 12 for them. And as long as we can limit, actually I'll go to Chad Affield here, limit one of them, and we were able to do that. So that was a big part of the win.
Yep, that was huge. All right, and again, now before we move on to Park Rapids tomorrow night, congratulations to Parker Yagi once again, breaking another career record last night.
Yeah, I mean, you look at her and she's 5'6".
She said that in her pregame show.
And
she's not 5'6". What am I getting a rebound record for? She said, basically.
But she's always around 6 to 8 rebounds a game and just steady and so physical. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I think she does so well is she's, first of all, a heady player where she's going to read it off. There's only a few players that you can get that can really read it off the rim, and then she's physical enough to use her body and create that space. She's an aggressive player and obviously does a good job of getting to the glass.
Yep. And so a nice win there for the Cowgirls, and congratulations to Parker on another career record. So, and I think she's already got the career 3-point record too.
She does, yeah. I think the first 3 she hit this year was the
breaker.
Yep. And shout out to Grace Gonzemius. I mean, that record is fairly recent, and Parker even got to play with her on varsity.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
But records are meant to be broken. So
you travel on a doubleheader tomorrow at Park Rapids with the boys. The boys go to Park Rapids as well.
We do.
What do you know about Park Rapids?
They score a lot. They cut really well on offense, and their record's not great. We've talked about a few other teams, but they do. They put up a lot of points. They have some girls that shoot in the mid 30% range from three, and just they cut so well. Watching film today, they just, as soon as the ball leaves their hand, you cannot fall asleep. They're going to be cutting to the hoop, and they do a good job of looking for that too.
So a long road trip tomorrow. You guys leave at the same time as the boys?
We do.
Travel together?
Yep.
Right.
Well, we take 2 separate buses, but we do leave at 2. Yep, 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay, so safe travels on that one.
Thank you.
Good luck to the Cowgirls on that one too as well. Another Heart of Lakes battle,
Yes.
I believe. All right, before I get to some of my final questions, because as the announcer guy, the play-by-play guy, I look ahead, and I know Brian doesn't like it. You probably don't like it, but I'm going to look ahead here in a little bit. Let's talk about the HOL. Right now, things are running up pretty even here. I've got it down as DGF at 10-4, Pelican Rapids at 10-4, Barnesville at 10-4, Breckenridge at 9-4. We got a chance?
We do have a chance, and the conference does not, like if the people end with the same record, it doesn't ever go to head-to-head, so it'd be a whatever it might be, but a few of those teams, yes, it would. So, and a few of those teams play each other yet, so it'll hopefully shake up a little bit more, and hopefully we can take care of business with our last 2 that we have. And Park Rapids actually counts as a 2-point game because we didn't play them to start the year because we actually dropped that game to play Goodhue early on, and so that one will count as 2 tomorrow for us.
Oh, so it's a big game.
It is.
More ways than one. I didn't realize that they go co-champs then, so that's good. I didn't drill down that far to see who was playing who left. But that's interesting.
I believe Barnesville plays Pelican and Perham yet, so those should be 2 good games.
right down below you guys.
Yep.
So, all right. The other thing I want to talk about too is right now in 6A South, Breckenridge Cowgirls sitting at 7-0, feeling pretty good about that. I would assume that if things going as good as they should, you should be able to hold on to a top seed, at least get that first round bye, and then maybe even host.
Right.
So I'm looking really far ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
looking at it, we should hopefully host regardless of any hiccups or anything like that, and hopefully we can continue to play well. But we have 2 20-win teams next week that we play in Underwood and Hillcrest.
That's what I was going to talk about.
That will be a nice little tough test before we really head into playoffs. But
and they're both in the north.
They are both in the north.
Yeah, they're both in the north. Yeah.
So we'll see where we're at, and Hancock's right there too. We don't end up playing them, but it'll be a nice matchup for anybody going into the playoffs here.
Yeah, I could hear Watson's eyes rolling into the back of his head when I said that I'm looking too far ahead here when I look at Hillcrest and Underwood. But
one game at a time, dude.
We'll talk about it next week, maybe a little more.
He's still thinking about the bad bus instead of the
exactly.
All right, you got any questions there for the coach, Brian?
I just have one question. Do you think there's anything that you need to fix here? You rolling pretty good here, but you think there's anything that you need to fix in order to surpass what you did last year? You had a pretty good year last year, but anything you need to tweak to get over the hump?
It's a really good question. I think I mentioned it last night, is our zone offense. Just not necessarily that we need to add any sets or anything, but just move in it a little bit better and not hang on to it, waiting for the trap. So just being maybe more comfortable in our zone offense. And then we've kind of been tweaking our presses just depending on who we play, which we didn't do a whole lot of last year. We kind of just threw it out there, and whatever happened. So we've made some adjustments that way, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
Oh, it's rolling pretty good. So you guys are playing well.
Yeah.
So
girls are playing hard.
I folded the sheet up. What do you got left? 5? 4?
We have 4 counting tomorrow.
Left.
Yep.
Okay, it's 4 counting tomorrow. Okay, so season for the Lady Huskies coming to a close quickly, and
just a couple
Cowgirls
here,
ain't too far behind.
Right.
Yep.
Crazy how fast the season has gone. Well, once again for you, Coach, there we got a Southern Valley Travel Center free coffee out there, whatever drink of choice. Coach Ralph mentioned he had Maya's special, so I'm sure they'll make you up something. They'll make you up something, whatever you need. I like the mint in mine, but I like hot coffee. But I guess that'll work. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank
Safe
you.
travels,
I appreciate
Coach.
all your guys' coverage.
All right, and again, congratulations to Parker on her 2 this past week. So congratulations to her. All right, coming up next, we've got Ryan Brandt, head coach of the VW Storm Wrestling. Watching last one coming up next. Radio 2 Sports Network.
Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
Is your athlete suffering from an ankle sprain or a hit to the head? Did you know that a chiropractic adjustment can decrease ankle swelling by half and get your athlete back to their sport quicker? Or dizziness, brain fog can come from a neck subluxation. With 20 years of chiropractic experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic knows personally how chiropractic adjustments can get you back to playing your sport in no time. Request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com or call 701-672-1300.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wahpetondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. Your ride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
Sometimes it's tough being a dad. Kids grow up fast. Hey, girls. Oh, love it.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Is he serious?
Don't even want me around anymore. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. Hugs mean a lot to a dad. So, with Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Now I can talk.
Now you can talk.
Welcome back, everybody, to Jeff Ralph's Giants Coaches Show. And presented to you by, oh, he's gone?
Yeah.
Presented to you by Red River Communications, Cable Channel 28. And we're got our Coaches Show, and we're now joined by head coach of the BW Storm wrestling team, and that is Ryan Brandt. Ryan, thanks for coming in tonight again.
Yes, thank you guys for having me again.
Appreciate you coming in on a cold February evening. All right, just recently here, Ryan, you had a pretty good couple of days here, a couple of good meets here that you had. They were back to back.
Yep.
But that's okay too, because tournament season's coming, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But you had Fargo North first of all, and you hosted it over in Breckenridge on last Thursday night, and a nice win there for the BW Storm there.
Yeah,
it was close.
We going. Last week we were kind of shorthanded a little bit. We still had Luke who was out. Chase was still injured, and we still had Knox Bolte, who ended up wrestling Thursday, didn't wrestle Friday for us. So we still weren't fully our full team, but we got David Erlinson back for that duel, so that was really nice for us to have. But yeah, going into it, we knew we needed some kind of bonus points. We knew we needed to kind of move kids around a little bit to have a chance to win that duel. So that's what we ended up doing, like right away. We ended up winning the toss, which was big in our favor. I think we probably lose the toss. It's not as easy for us to win that duel.
Yeah.
But as soon as we won the toss, we knew what we had to do. They had to send a kid out at 107 against us right away, and then we were able to just forfeit to him and bump Knox Bolte up to their 114 pounder, who wasn't as good of a kid. Their 107 pounders ranked, I believe, 5th in the state.
Okay.
And Knox has been in and out of the rankings at that 7 to 8 spot. So we knew that was going to be definitely a harder match, and Knox goes out at 114, giving up some weight, but ends up getting a major for us, and then we were able to bump Nash Hill Blankenship up to 121 and get a forfeit up there, so we ended up taking 10 points from them instead of possibly coming out of there with no points.
Wow.
So that was really big for us there.
Yeah, that was huge.
And then we knew kind of getting into the middle ground there, Tyler Birchall and Jordan Kappas got 2 big pins for us. In the lower weights as well, to kind of grow our lead a little bit, because we knew going into about 139 up to about 160, they had some really good kids in there, and they ended up getting pins at 39, 45, and 60.
Okay.
So Riley Kappas kind of stalemated them there at 52 with getting a big pin for us. And then we knew going into the upper weights, we kind of had an advantage going from 172 to 189 and stuff like that. We told David and Henry, before their matches, you both get a pin, it's over, we win. So they both went out there and did their job, got pins for us, secured the duel for us before we even went into the last 2 weights. So yeah, it was a really fun duel, really fun parents' night duel. Even after the duel, me and Coach McCall were talking, and I said, I don't think anybody had us winning tonight outside of our fan base, because Fargo North has been wrestling really well all year. They've been really close with a lot of teams that have beaten us pretty handedly. So we were looking like we were against the wall, but our team wrestled really well on Thursday night.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much here if there is any Fargo North fans that might watch, but it had to be a big booster and a big help for you guys that we beat these guys. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was. It was really fun. You could see the excitement in our kids' face, and that kind of carried into Friday, because we kind of kept that same energy and things like that going into Friday.
Yeah, so you had a triangler coming in on Friday, and you had Red River and Central Cass came in. And first of all, a nice win against Red River.
Yeah, we wrestled them earlier in the year at Sertoma and beat them pretty handedly, but we knew that, going into that, we still had 3 guys that wrestled in that duel the first time that we wouldn't have. So we knew we had to still take care of business with our guys, and our guys had to go out and wrestle good. Otherwise, Red River's good enough that they could kind of come up out of nowhere and upset us possibly.
Yeah.
Our kids did a great job. They went out there, they took care of business. We didn't play around with anybody. We just took them down and pinned them, and we got a good win from them. And then we got to watch Central Cass wrestle Red River and kind of take some scouting points on how we could possibly beat Central Cass. Because without those 3 guys, we knew we were up against a wall again.
Yeah.
But we knew if we wrestled really well and we could have our couple swing matches go our way, we could have a chance at beating them as well.
Yeah. So and then you did take on Central Cass at the end, though. But I'll just go ahead and talk about that one. Then I've got some more questions.
Central Cass, they have their best kids are probably their 2 lower guys. Their 106 and 114 pounder are really good. So we knew not having Knox wasn't necessarily hurt for us. Knox probably doesn't give up a pin at 107. We end up having to forfeit to that kid. And then their 114 pounder pins Nash. So we kind of get in a big 18-0 hole right after the first 3 weight classes. And then Tyler Birchall goes out and gets a big pin for us at 127. And then Jordan Kappas ends up wrestling a kid that he's beaten earlier this year, but ends up falling on the short end of it this time, getting beat by him this time. And that was kind of one of those swing matches that we didn't really know about. If we could win that one again, that was going to increase our chances and things like that. And then they pretty much won all the way up until we got to Riley. And then once we got to Riley, we were able to start chipping away at their lead. Riley got a big pin at 152 for us. David was able to get another good pin at probably their toughest kid that they have up top. Was able to get him and pin him. We ended up getting a forfeit at 189. We ended up sending Ryan Torado out. He had to weigh a little heavy for us. He's usually our 60-pounder. We had him weigh in heavy so he could go up to 189 and wrestle against Red River and against Central Cass. He ends up going up against Central Cass' 189-pounder and ends up getting a pin for us up there, so giving up probably 20 pounds of weight to that kid. But we knew he was probably the option that we'd have the best chance of doing this with. And Henry, all last week had to wrestle 215 as 189-pounder. He doesn't ever say no. Usually if we come up to him, we're like, hey, we have an idea, but it's going to require you to have to give up 40 pounds. And he's like, okay. He just nods his head. But he's strong enough to be up there. He is a bull. I mean, when he wrestles, he doesn't shy away, even if he's giving up 40 pounds, to go out there and try to throw a kid. So he went out there and got another big.
You gotta love that attitude.
Yeah, yeah, we do. We have a handful of kids that we are always just like, God, if we had 14 of all these kinds of kids combined, we would be really tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, he goes up to 215, gets another pin for us up there, and then kind of comes down to heavyweight. We're already out of the duel at that point, but it's more or less how close can we make it, and we ended up losing at heavyweight as well. And after the duel, I kind of pulled all of our kids together at the end, and I said, I was like, I think if we have a full team, if we have our 3 starters, then we beat this team.
Wow.
No, and I stand by that. I think we would have beat them because I think there's a lot of points that we gave up for free that we wouldn't give up.
And that's too bad because they were just ahead of you guys in the EDC standings. And I mean, there's a jumble of 3 teams there at 4 and 6. I see Valley City got the double the 3-way tiebreaker. West Fargo got the tiebreaker over you guys, so you're slotted down, but you're still at a 4 and 6 record. If you'd have been able to catch that Central Cass one, you just slotted up higher. The thing I wanted to ask you, Ryan, and Brian and I were talking about it before we started tonight, how it works for the team again. And I know I've asked you this before, but I'm going to ask you to explain it again for me and everybody else. But as far as the team goes, because the EDCs are coming up, and that's just individuals, correct? Yep. So where does the team come in? You have to finish in the top 4 in EDC to go to state?
Yeah, currently how it works in the east part of the state, because the West last week wrestled their dual tournament to decide the 4 teams that would go to state for the West. And that actually had some pretty big implications because if they would have traditionally done like what we do in the East still, where they take just the top 4 teams, Bismarck High would have been the 3 seed going in the state tournament.
All right.
But Bismarck High ended up winning the tournament, so now they're going to go in the tournament as a 1 seed.
As a 1 seed.
So that's kind of big. So now they avoid wrestling 2 of the better teams out of the West. So I mean, they have a really good chance to make it to the finals now instead of being that 3 seed and possibly having to wrestle those tougher teams.
So what would you personally like to see? Would you like to see that as well? I mean,
I would love to see
the top tournament. 4 or even spread it out a little more? Is that even possible?
I would like to see, I think the top 4 is fine, but I would love to get a dual tournament in the East. You take the top 8 teams at the end of the season in the rankings, and you have them wrestle in the East to see the top 4 teams, because I think there's a lot of teams that, are different from where you wrestle in the beginning of the year to where you are now. Like we beat Valley City at the beginning part of the year, and they have beaten 2 or 3 teams that we've lost to now. And we wrestled really good against them. And like Central Cass is another team. I think if we wrestled them again, now that we're almost fully healthy, we probably could beat them as well. So we'd have a chance to maybe sneak into that top 4.
Is that a coach's decision on that tournament format?
Kind of.
As an EDC coaches?
It's kind of a coach's and a state decision right now.
How is it that they allow you to be different? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm trying to get to.
Why is the West different than the East as far as qualifying for state? I just think that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because like the West's first year that they did it, they decided to do it. The state, technically, I forget the correct terminology on it, but state didn't sanction it.
Yeah.
So it counts against your total number of events you can have.
Sure.
So like they have to take one of their other events out of their schedule then to do this.
Gotcha.
So like if we wanted to do it, same thing, we would have to take one of our other events out until the state would be like, okay, we'll sanction this as an EDC event. Now it doesn't go against your 16 total matches or duels or whatever that you can have throughout the year.
Interesting.
So
but you would like to see that same format?
Yeah, I would love to see that same format. So
That is interesting. All right, EDC's coming up Saturday, huh?
Yep.
For individuals.
Yep.
Has the seating's been set already for everybody, or how does that get done?
Nah, so I go up on Friday night, and we do our coaches meeting up there, and that's kind of where we essentially do the seating. But track wrestling is kind of the program that we use to run all the tournaments for wrestling. So pretty much as soon as you enter kids in, track wrestling pulls all their stats throughout the whole year. So all your head-to-head, all your common opponents, all your winnings, and all that, and it basically will seed the tournament for you. So you don't really have to do anything except for go there, look at it, and agree to it, basically.
Or can you argue?
You can argue a little bit, but it's hard to argue against the computer because if you argue a point, then another coach can argue a different point.
Yeah.
It kind of gets a little tricky when you have a three-way tie for one spot, because then it's like, well, how does this decide that? And it can go all the way down to like winning percentage. So if one kid has one more win than the other one in total, he could get that seed over all the other two just because of that. There's not really anything you can argue about that because we as coaches agree on like a seeding criteria, basically. Okay. So we follow that criteria down to the last one, and if it gets down to the last one, you can't decide a seed, you flip a coin.
Okay.
And whichever kid gets it based off a coin flip.
Gotcha. So everybody, I mean, you can't throw everybody on your junior varsity roster on there. You've got to pick and choose X number of wrestlers that you can submit.
Yeah. We have we'll have 14 guys going up there on Saturday to wrestle, and all of them have been pretty much our 12, 13 starters plus a couple alternates that we've had. Like Keith Beeler will be a backup at 133, but he's been pretty much our 39-pounder because we don't have a 39-pounder. But he's traditionally just a 33-pounder for us. So yeah, we'll pretty much have everybody that's been wrestling varsity for us this year be out there on Saturday for us.
All right, that's awesome. And then the top out of the EDC, the top how many get to go to state?
Top 8.
Top 8 go to state, and there will be 8 from the West then.
Yep, top 8 out of each
So there'll be 16 on each weight class. Okay, all right. That helps explain it. I mean, I'm not well versed in wrestling rules. But
he might ask the same question again next week.
I might.
So it's okay.
He'll be back next week, and we'll talk about that. And hopefully, we got 14 guys heading to state.
That'd be ideal.
Wouldn't that be something? That'd be very cool. And then they'll say, "Well, how come Wahpeton wasn't in the team wrestling thing?" BW, got anything for Coach?
No, I got my question in there.
All right, I'm going to throw you a free coffee out at Caribou Coffee at the Travel Center out there on the north side of Wahpeton, so enjoy that.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming in, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, thank you guys for having me again.
Very good. Ryan Brandt, head coach of the BW Storm wrestling team, and I believe Grace Brandt is sitting in the wings. There she is. She's sitting in the green room. Chad is entertaining her. I can see that. So we'll be right back here with Grace Brandt coming up next.
Planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Wear Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
A local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
What would you do with a second?
Now I can talk.
You can talk now. Yes.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28, our own special dedicated cable channel on Red River Communications. We appreciate them for allowing that. We've got a whole bunch of sponsors that help us with this whole program, and without them, we couldn't do this. And we want to thank everybody from Red River Communications to Gripper Sports here in downtown Wapaton, and everybody else that sponsors on Three Borders Sports Network. Make sure you tell them thanks, because without them, we couldn't be bringing this stuff to you. We appreciate it. All right, the man behind the curtain over there is Brian Watson. I'm Joe Schreiner. Is Sir James tuned in tonight?
Oh, I'm sure he's tuned in. He's tuned in every night, so he's kind of on my list right now. So
is he?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I might have to make a trip down there, make sure he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
All right, got to keep him in line.
Yeah, he's supposed to be taking his
All right,
meds,
Sir
and he
James,
might be skipping those. So
oh, don't skip your meds, man.
yeah, you got that right. So
all right, well,
just
we'll
saying.
have to.
Yeah, so if I'm not here one day,
I suppose you better
might be
bring
down
some
there.
clothing down for him too, as well.
Well, I mean, if he deserves it, I mean, he might not deserve it right now. I mean, just saying. So, but yeah, I might have something I might ship down there. So,
and I got to say a quick shout out to my sister-in-law Petey down in Kansas City. She's going to watch and give you heck later, because you chewed her out for being a Chiefs fan, but of course she's probably got her tail between her legs right now.
How she feel right now?
Yeah,
yeah, she probably don't
feeling
feel
good after the
right
Eagles
now.
kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it was kind of an ugly thing.
They took one
Did
on
you
the
watch
chin.
it?
I did. We watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was not a pretty sight.
No, but regardless, win or lose, Philadelphia was gonna burn in whatever way it wanted to.
Yep.
And it did.
Yeah, and it sure did.
Welcome to Philly.
Yep.
Welcome to Philly.
All right, we're now joined by head coach of the BW Storm Gymnastics squad. We're a little behind schedule, thanks, Jeff Ralph. And just had to throw that in there. He's probably already in bed, though. He's got his banky and all curled up. Grace Brandt hasn't been in with us for a couple weeks, but we're not going to go back too far, Grace. I think back on January 25th, we'll talk quick about that. And the reason it caught my eye, because I was looking, and you guys had a pretty good team score at that one. So girls must have done all right.
Yeah, all things considered, Jamestown went well. We scored an 83.6 as our team score. It's not considered like a true team score or an all-around team score. We are short one vault score right now. We're down a gymnast, Elise Scoville. We're just working through some back return to play protocols, and she's taking it really well, continues to be at practice, supports the other girls. She's been a really great resource to have, even kind of on the sidelines at practice. As a very experienced gymnast, both Elise and Justice Christian are really great at giving like feedback and pointers to our younger gymnasts on the team. So it's good to still have her involved in that capacity as we're working on return to play. But we had a really good showing at Jamestown. It was a fun meet to be able to go to. We kind of were back in the swing of things following the winter break. We had some good placements as well with Justice Christian. She placed 4th on vault. She tied for 4th on beam and 6th on floor. A really solid all-around score too for Justice, and we continue to see PRs and improvement all around from the 7th graders and our 9th grader.
That's pretty cool. Then I think after that you went to Mandan on February 1st, and again, Justice Christian again had another nice showing for you.
Yeah, she's been a really great asset to our team this year, and I really want to attribute her strength, both literal and metaphorical this season, to the fact that she took some much needed time in the off season to simply rest. A lot of times we look to the off season as an opportunity for camps, for strength and conditioning building, for gaining and training new skills or skill upgrades. But at some point when an athlete is so fatigued, is dealing with chronic and constant injuries and pain and joint issues, the best thing you can do as a coach, as a parent, as an athlete, as anyone who supports high school athletics in any capacity is encourage that individual, that student, to simply take a break, to take a breather. We know that you can do things like physical therapy, but if you're only recharging metaphorically your batteries to 60% and then trying to compete at 100%, you're that much more prone to injury or to accident. So she took the summer, didn't do much practice. She was still physically active. She was coaching in the gym setting. So she was still involved, but she took a much needed, like almost a full 6 months of downtime to physically recuperate and to be able to come back. And I've not seen this level of power, this level of precision out of her in probably the last 2.5 years of coaching her.
Wow, that's, and she's what? 9th grade? Sophomore?
She's a junior, so she'll be our only graduating senior next year.
All right. I would love to bring Jordan in right now, and I know I've got B-Dub on a microphone, but talk about that, B-Dub. I mean, you feel the same way. We could talk, like I said, forever with Grace about different topics, but she just made a point there that when you're probably, I'm assuming Justice is a single sport athlete.
She is, yep.
Okay. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I think
I'm going to put you on the spot here.
I mean, I'm all in favor of multi-sport athletes, but I do believe there needs to be some break in there. There has to be. I mean, you can't just go all the time. There needs to be some break in there if you want to break in between each sport or whatever. I mean, we have girls that play volleyball, and if they were to go deep in their season, they would overlap right into basketball. And to be able to go from one to another, I don't think that's great. You need to have some type of decompress where you can get over what you've done and let your body rest a little bit, and then get back into basketball or whatever the next sport is.
See, I really find that interesting, and
because I agree. I think that you come back better when you take that time off. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, you still have to get in shape or whatever, but mentally, I think you're different if you take that time off.
In the smaller towns like we have, Breckenridge and Wahpeton respectively, and I'm looking back at Jordan back in the green room, you've got minimal athletes, and they have to go from football to basketball to baseball or track, and then you need that time, you need that downtime, but unfortunately there's not a lot of downtime out there.
No, but I think as coaches we can give that courtesy. You know what I mean? Like, at the beginning of the season, if I have a girl who's still playing volleyball, do I expect her to get in the gym right after they're done? No, if they're like, oh, hey, I need a little bit of a break. Okay, I'm fine with that. Take a little bit of a break and get your body rested.
And I'm sure with the gymnastics side of it, it is so physical, and you're tumbling and you're falling and you're grabbing and you're reaching, and I mean, you're 100% of your body is involved in whatever you're doing.
It really is, and the pure physicality of gymnastics, although it's a single or an individual sport, you have to have such minute control of every muscle, tendon, ligament of your body, and you have to have such spatial awareness as well when you're doing things like flipping and twisting. It is so easy to become injured or to have a career-ending accident in a sport like gymnastics, and we do have a lot of multi-sport athletes on our team. And to the point of, we live in a small town. Versatility is simply the name of the game. If we want to keep all of these sports and activities and clubs up and running, we have to have the student bodies in those activities and sports and clubs to fill them. But we also have to give the leniency of their kids. They're doing a lot of this because it's fun and it's enjoyable. And as soon as that joy leaves the sport, the activity, the club, the kid leaves, or at least their desire to be there leaves. And a lot of times that shows in the level of performance that you're getting out of that child. And so I think it was one of the best things that she could have done. She's really enjoying this season. She's less fatigued at this point.
Yeah.
So it's been a really great season all around. We have a young team. We have no seniors. We won't graduate anyone until the end of next season. So it's been a good year for growth and just some sustainability of our program.
It's interesting though, the way that you got to look at it, like I said, because of the physicality of what you're doing. Not that football isn't physical, obviously, or wrestling isn't physical, but I mean, it's still, you know, it's.
The strength and conditioning really do have to be there, and a lot of times when girls are struggling to understand a concept, I break it down to the basic physics of it. You know, if a girl wants to do a back tuck on floor, she has to be able to squat 1.5 times her body weight. If she wants to stand up out of that skill, let's say they weigh 115 pounds, well, you have to be prepared to squat almost 190 pounds on the spot because that's the force that you're landing with. And you can't just land and sit. You have to land and then stand up out of it and make it look like this was easy, this was effortless. So the strength is absolutely part of the sport. And that's something too that even if they're not, you know, in the gym, if they're not playing basketball or going to a camp or in the middle of their volleyball season, they can still practice a lot of those skills. Strength and conditioning can happen year-round in an appropriate and in a managed way that's not going to lead to an increase in accidents or injuries.
Wow. All right, we'll move on, I guess, but it very interesting. Like I said, we could sit here we could be the Jeff Ralph hour here and talk for another 45 minutes, but we'll move on and we'll talk about the Minot meet last Friday or Saturday?
Last week, Friday.
Last Friday.
We drove out to Minot. We made the long haul. It is geographically closer, but time-wise, it's farther.
Yeah.
I teach social studies and English at the high school, and one of my bonus questions this week for our test was how many miles has the gymnastics team put on the Suburban this season? And last Friday, we broke 4,100 miles since Thanksgiving. So we have trekked our Patuskis to and fro, high and low, all across the state, pretty much to Montana and back twice. But we do it because we love it and we want to offer the opportunities and the equitability to these students. Minot was a great time. It was a unique meet because it was the first time that we have seen all of the teams in the state in a non-state setup, if you will. So all 10 teams were there, all 10 teams competed. It was limited entries, so that did really put us kind of in a state mindset, and it was a great meet to be able to go to a month out from the state gymnastics meet and kind of give things a trial run. What will things look like in a month? What upgrades can we try? Can we get judge scoring and feedback on these skills and upgrades, work on them for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then pilot them again at the state meet?
Yep. All right, what's coming up next?
We have our home meet. It's our parents' night on Friday, February 14th. So if you have no Valentine's Day plans, or if you want to take your Valentine's date on a hot date, come on down to Three Rivers Gymnastics. It's going to be some flippin' fun. We host Fargo. So it'll be a great opportunity. We have concessions even, so you don't have to make Valentine's Day dinner. You could get some Domino's pizza and a pop.
Oh, man.
We'll have flowers there too. So look at that. It's really, I'm making it an easy Valentine's Day.
What time does it start?
5 o'clock. Come on down to TRG, 5 o'clock to 6:30. It'll be a shorter meet, but it's going to be a really good time. We host Fargo. It's fun to see our girls compete in our gym, really in their literal element, in their facility. And then next week, actually, we host the EDC gymnastics meet.
Is it?
Yep, we are the home team, the host. So if you want to buy an EDC gymnastics shirt, check out our Facebook page. The link is on there. Support Grippers. Keep your money local. It's a win-win situation. Support the girls, support Grippers.
What date is that?
Next Friday. It is, February 21st, again at 5:30, or at 5 o'clock, at Three Rivers Gymnastics.
You look at there, look at my final note. It says ordering apparel today, closing on Monday, I think it is.
Yep, the gymnastics shirt orders for EDC close on Monday. It's a fairly finite window, so we can get them turned around and people can wear them to the EDC meet.
How do you get there? Do you do it on the Facebook page, the website? Just go to Gripper? What do you do?
Yep, you can just go to Grippers if you want. You can call Grippers. There's a link on our Facebook page to be able to go to the online website. And yep, the clothing order is up and live.
Okay, Watson, watch this.
Oh boy.
Let's see if I can do it. Right?
Hey, yeah, you got it.
See?
Go Storm.
It's the Storm logo, man.
I don't even want.
I got really creative.
I'm not even going to comment on that. Because I know that took you a long time.
Oh, I practiced.
I know
it for
that
a
took
half
you a
hour
long time to do.
before I came.
Yeah,
in.
I'm
That's what I was
sure.
doing. I took my nap and then I woke up and said, "Okay." I
Yeah,
gotta
you spend
figure
a
this
lot of
out.
time in the mirror. I can tell you that right now. So.
All right, Grace. Well, a good thing. Valentine's Day. Come on over. Three Rivers Gymnastics,
That'll be great.
and it's just a duel.
Just a duel, yep, us and Fargo. So it'll be a pretty brief meet, but it's good competition. The same teams will be there at the EDC meet. EDC shrunk this year. It's just us and Fargo in our region. But we're looking forward to being able to host and do a couple of events in our gym this year.
All right, BW, got anything else for Grace?
No, I'm good.
All right, Grace Brandt, head coach of the BW Storm Gymnastics. Thanks a lot, Grace, and good luck Friday, and we'll see you maybe next week.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right, Grace Brandt, head coach of BW Storm Gymnastics. I think we got Jordan Christensen, head coach of the Cowboys. He'll be up next right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
that means all the money that we make
cha-ching
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdellInnovation.com. Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
At Smith Motors in Wahpeton, our goal is to find the vehicle that fits you, both in lifestyle and budget. Do more with the spacious GMC Acadia, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hardworking GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive experience featuring high-quality service and low-pressure sales. Chevrolet or GMC, the selection is great. And if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Smith Motors, small-town friendly, big-town...
At Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Here at the Amanda Frederick State Farm Agency, we do our best to make insurance a little less insurance-y for you. Hi, this is Amanda, your local State Farm agent. You've probably seen our team out and about volunteering in the community, participating in local events, and just doing our all-around best to support and encourage a healthy, vibrant community. Stop into our office sometime and find out why we've been consistently voted best insurance agency in the Valley and why State Farm has been a trusted household name in insurance for 100 years. We hope to meet you soon.
Any bank.
Funky music there.
I knew you were going to say that. That's why I played
Man.
that. I knew you were going to say that.
There you go.
Yeah,
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, presented to you by Red River Communications, Cable Channel 28. We're running a little behind. I don't know. Everybody's blaming me, but I think it was Jeff, Ralph, and Tony and Bogan.
The question is, why are we running behind? It is because of the Black Cloud who was here earlier.
Yeah, he was here early.
Yeah, exactly.
And he even got here early.
Yeah, and nothing really went wrong. I mean, there's a little bit of issue here, but nothing really went wrong when he came in. So he just extends his hour, 15 minutes or whatever it's supposed to be. So he extends that, and now everybody's behind after him. And then he just leaves. He just, like, I'm out of here.
Yep.
Thanks.
He didn't even have any candy tonight because
he complains anyway. It doesn't matter. He complains.
Yeah. All right, we're joined now by the head coach of the Breckenridge Cowboys basketball squad, Jordan Christensen. Jordan, thanks for joining us tonight on a cold February evening. Appreciate you coming in, man.
Hey, anytime. It's fun.
All right, appreciate it. I so want to talk about last night, but we will. But
pick your poison.
We're going to go back. Right now, the Cowboys hanging around 500, 10 and 11 overall. You won 3 in a row, then dropped a tough one to Holly, and then a tough one again last night to Hillcrest. We can go back to Long Prairie Grey Eagle, which was a nice, easy win for the Cowboys. I think that's the last game that we had before we took a break on February 5th. We didn't meet. So if you want to talk about the Long Prairie Grey Eagle game, a nice game there. And
that was a fun one. That was our senior night. It was a good one for senior night. We came out, and I think Caleb hit 3 threes to start the game. Trey got on the scorebook.
How cool was that for
was
Caleb,
super
huh?
cool. That was awesome, and like for him to get going that way, that was super fun, and I felt good for him, and
that was awesome.
It was fun. It was
coming
just
off his
a
knee
great
injury,
thing.
that's a way to go.
Yep, it was just great. That was a perfect start to senior night.
Yeah.
Then it kind of got a little crazy for a second, and we kind of let them hang around, and then the Charlie Krejcia show happened in the span of 5 minutes. He hit about 6 threes to end the half, and that was kind of crazy. And all of a sudden we look up and it's 39-15. We're in a good spot. And the second half we played pretty well, and
just kept the lead.
Just kept the lead and got everybody in the game and got everybody playing, and it was a fun one for senior night. It was good for those guys.
Yeah, it was good. I know Raleigh came back and called that game for us. I was gone that week, but Raleigh came back and called the game, and I know he enjoyed it too as well. So a good game there for the Cowboys, taking the win there. Then you traveled to Mahnomen Waban, and they aren't the Indians anymore, are they? What are they?
No, they are the Thunderbirds now.
Yeah,
because it was the Waban Bombers, and I think it was the Mahnomen Indians.
That's
I think
what it was.
So now they're the Thunderbirds.
71-59 win there.
71-50.
How'd the boys do there?
Yep, we played pretty well, honestly. It was back and forth in the first half, and then I think we stretched the lead out to close to 15 or 16 and kind of hung around 12. But we made plays when we needed to, and they played a zone, like a 3-2 a lot of the game. And for us, we haven't had a whole lot of success against zone defenses, but it was good to see us put points on the board and get good shots. And I mean, that we very easily could have had 85 that game. We missed some ones that pretty makeable and got a lot of good looks, and I won't complain about our shot selection at all. We took a lot of good shots and ended up ended up winning and playing pretty solid defense. They had a couple kids on the glass that were really good. They had a kid with 16 rebounds. But then our kind of 4 guys that really bored hard did their job there between Cooper and Aiden and Levi and Connor. They had they got after it and kind of controlled the game on that end, and that was a fun win because I don't think we've won in Mahnomen-Waubun since that was a long time ago, 2018 or 2017.
Wow.
Been a while, so it was good to get one up there.
And you guys usually play a home and home with them, don't you? I mean, home. You got it. You had it last year at home, I think.
Yep. So then next year they'll be back here. Yep.
And that was a back-to-back trip too. So you had Long Prairie Grey Eagle on Thursday, I believe, and then Friday you traveled.
It was Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday we played, and then then Friday we went to Holly.
That's what it was. Okay, so let's. Damn, HOL game again. Another tough rivalry game. HOL, a 3-point loss. How did the Cowboys play at that one?
We played well offensively. We had some things on the defensive end. We actually learned from, and going into Tuesday night, we fixed some of the defensive things, but then the offense, it was kind of a tale of two games there. But I thought offensively we played pretty well. I mean, we scored 67 points in an HOL game. That should be enough to get the job done. And unfortunately, they hit some timely shots, and they hit a couple big threes, like dribble up three, and then one. His heels were floating over the baseline from where I saw it, and the Crompton kid hit one in the corner. It was a big shot.
Wow.
And we just had a couple of things not go our way, and it's a tough one. But I thought I was proud of our boys. I thought we played hard. Just some fixable things on the defensive end, and it's stuff we can right the ship there. It's not like major flaws. It's just little things that bite you in a 3-point game.
All right, and then last night you traveled over to Fergus Falls to take on Hillcrest, and another tough loss, a 4-point victory for Hillcrest is what I was trying to say. Boys, like you said, you tried to correct some things defensively.
We played, I thought, one of our best games of the year defensively. We were solid. I mean, we gave up 19 points in the first half, and really, I was a little torqued at halftime about some of the stuff we gave up too.
Yeah,
like I thought we played pretty well. It was a little nitpicky, but I mean, to give up 19 points in a half to a pretty good basketball team was.
So you went in at the half. You went in
down 1.
Or
it
you
was
were
19 to 18.
Okay.
We went on so we watched it today, and it was 16 to 12. We were up with 6 minutes left in the first half, and then they went on a 7-2 run. In the last 6 minutes, which that stretch right there hurt us pretty big.
Yeah,
going looking back on the game, like if you get 10 points in the last 6 minutes, then you're up at half, and then their second half hot streak a little bit looks a lot different. So, no, it's one of those that we're definitely capable of winning that game. We didn't make enough plays, and we had a couple scoring droughts that really hurt us to end the first half, and to start the second half, we gotta be better in the 4 minutes surrounding halftime, and that's something if we can get a full 36-minute game figured out, we're gonna be just fine.
That's always the key, isn't it? It just always seems to work that way. All right, so now tomorrow you got to take a doubleheader trip with the girls out to Park Rapids. What do you know about Park Rapids?
They are up and down team. They're a little bit like us. They're floating right around 500, but they beat DGF the other night by. I think they beat DGF by 15 or 16 or something.
63-42 is what I got.
More than they got them pretty good. But that's one I'm going to put that on tonight when I get home and watch that one and do a little shot chart for that and see what they look like. I've watched a little bit of them just happenstance scouting other teams, and they've got a big who is really good.
Yeah,
I think he leads the conference in scoring and rebounds, so that'll be a tough matchup for us. They sit in a 2-3 zone at times. And so that's something that if we can get our feet set on the outside and shoot it confidently, we're gonna get some looks tomorrow. But we got to just be able to take good shots when we can get them and keep the ball moving. And it should be a fun one. I mean, I don't know the last time we've played in Park Rapids.
Yeah, I've got them at 8 and 10 right now on the sheet that I've got here, and you guys 10 and 11. Like you said, a couple of 500 squads. Should be a good game.
Should be a good game, and both of us neither team is getting blown out in HOL games.
No,
and
you're not.
They're winning some, and it should be a fun, competitive game, and I'm excited for it.
You mentioned that they blew out DGF, which they did, 63-42, but the other note, the game before that for them, they lost to Barnesville by 20. They're just up and down.
They're up and down, and I mean, we'll see what it's kind of like us sometimes. Like we're up and down, and that's the story of being a 500 team. If we can get those things reined in going down the stretch, we'll be be just fine.
All right, here I go again. This is the announcer guy thing. He's going to shake his head again. But after tomorrow night, you got 4 games left: Barnesville, Staples, Motley, DGF, and Pelican. And all HOL games that you've got left, all AA. So right now, Breckenridge, the Cowboys, are sitting, quote unquote, number 4 in Region 6, A South.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with that? Would you like to? I mean, a couple of wins against some of these 2A schools might get your QRF a little bit up, but sitting ahead of you, you've got Brandon Evansville at 8-7, you got West Central at 7-0, and you got Border West at 14-2. So I mean, you got some tougher teams up ahead of you too, but at least with the 4 seed, you should be able to host something at home, correct?
Yes, there's some things that are probably going to end up changing with that. To be honest, there's some stuff we might not be seated by the QRF, is what I'll say. There might be a change there.
Okay.
As far as that goes, so we're not. That's not 100% yet, but there might be a switch from the QRF for that. Okay. So that would change things. But I mean, if we could get a home playoff game,
wouldn't that be something?
Take it. That'd be super.
If I'd have told you that at the beginning of the year, you'd have been happy, wouldn't you?
100%.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, coming off a 3-win season last year and then being able to host a first-round game, or actually it would be a second-round game, I guess, wouldn't it?
Well,
you get
we'll call it the first round.
Okay.
It's the first round. The pigtail games are the playing games. So
let's say that. Yeah.
That's what it is.
All right, Jordan, you got anything else there, B-Dub, you want to ask the coach?
Well, I mean, I know you want to win them all. We're all playing for a championship, but how confident are you going into the playoffs here? I mean, you play in a pretty tough conference in the HOL. Do you think that's going to prepare you for what you have to do come section time?
100%, I think it is, and I think we've got a funny group that when they've got a reason to be up for a game, they really do. And then like we went to Border West, and they were kind of like, well, I mean, we just played Pelican, is kind of what it seemed like, and then they weren't ready to go on that one. When we're ready to go, we can play with anybody. And I'm confident in our guys going into playoffs. Like, I mean, we'll be fine defensively. And the thing is, if we just play solid on offense, don't force things, and take what the defense gives us, we're gonna be in a good spot. And right now, Cooper Roberts is really starting to figure things out. I'm gonna be honest; he's been playing unreal for us lately, and as long as we can keep kind of playing through him at times, we ask him to do a lot, but he's coming up big for us. He brings the ball up, and then all of a sudden he'll be backing a guy down into the post, and we're cutting off of him and playing off of him. But he's a big key for us going into the playoffs. As long as we can keep him going the way he is, he's going to be a big factor for us. And then like Aiden's just so long and athletic on the ball. Will be like, there's not a lot of kids in our section that we aren't going to match up with. That's the thing that I'm pretty confident in, and I think our guys would be grateful to get another chance at Border West if that could happen. I think they want that pretty bad.
That's awesome. Yeah, you don't have that 6'6", 6'7" guy up there dominating, but you got Levi, Cooper, and those guys in the middle. They're doing what they need to do, and then you got length with Aiden, like you said. So that's a pretty good deal. I know, there is a river between us, but I'm just going to say this: there are folks on that side of the river not only are excited about cowgirl basketball and what they're doing, but I think there's some excitement here for the Cowboys too and what they're doing out there as well. And I think they're going to make some noise in the 6A tournament. But we got a couple weeks to go. Let's get the rest of the season
we got to get through healthy and get a couple.
That's the
get
main
a couple
thing,
W's
right?
here down the stretch. And
I'm sorry I brought that up.
No, you're
just
good.
Me being the play-by-play guy, announcer guy, so I got to do that as one of those kind of guys. All right, Jordan, I did give Grace one of these too, by the way. And
thank you,
Jordan. There's your free coffee from the Southern Valley Travel Center, and stop and see Emily out there, and she'll get you a free coffee or whatever, cold drink, ice drink, whatever you want out there. So she'll get you that. All right, we're going to come back. We'll be right back with head coach of the Lady Huskies, and that is Brian Watson. Jordan, thank you very much for doing this. Good luck and travel safe tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Rock-solid commitment to agriculture. Bell can prove it. To this day, every Bell Bank branch is partially built with rocks we've picked from our founder's farm. But our roots in ag have grown more than a few offices. They've shaped who we are and formed our entire approach to banking. Let us prove it to you as you grow your farm and prepare your legacy for the next generation. Bell Bank, committed to ag. In Wahpeton, talk to Rick Steckler.
Minn Kota Ag Products has helped farmers with all their agricultural needs as the farming industry has expanded. They provide farmers with all their chemical, fertilizer, seed, grain, and elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. Proud to be a partner in your operation since 1941. Download the MKAP Grower 360 app from your app store today to see current market prices, your tickets, and any essential information for your operation. Thanks for all your hard work.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
Is your athlete suffering from an ankle sprain or a hit to the head? Did you know that a chiropractic adjustment can decrease ankle swelling by half and get your athlete back to their sport quicker? Or dizziness, brain fog can come from a neck subluxation. With 20 years of chiropractic experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic knows personally how chiropractic adjustments can get you back to playing your sport in no time. Request an appointment online at HornsteinFamilyChiropractic.com or call 701-672-1300.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at WahpetonDeliandEatery.com or call 642-3639.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. Your ride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
Sometimes it's tough being a dad. Kids grow up fast. Hey, girls. Oh, love it.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Is he serious?
Don't even want me around anymore. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. Hugs mean a lot to a dad. So, with Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
Lucky for...
All right, welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show. It's Brian Watson Coaches Show time right now.
Here we go.
Also on Red River Communications Cable Channel 28.
Yeah. That was uncalled for. I'm going to just tell you that right now. That was
I told you off air we were going to try and keep it short, and you said, why do I need to keep it short? And when Ralph got 40 minutes.
Exactly. Why does he get... I mean, here we go. Girls basketball getting the short end of the stick again.
Right?
Me and Bogey, we always get cut short.
You get the little bus.
Yep.
It's
all right.
the bad gym.
It's okay. Yeah, we were in the elementary school today.
Poor guy.
Yeah, boys were in the high school. It's okay though.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to our green room host, Chad Affield, back there, and David's still hanging out with us from the.
You should have told me that. Then I would have had a shot set up.
Yeah.
I'm producing.
It's all about you here this next 15
No, I'm
minutes.
just saying you gotta talk to the producer about what we're gonna shoot, and then I can arrange it.
Oh.
And then when you talk, then I could go cut to that shot. But
I see.
It is what it is.
It's my fault.
It's all right.
Chad,
You're
I'm
just
sorry.
an announcer guy.
David, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
All right. Again, welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors, everybody from Gripper Sports to all of our sponsors. Please tell them thank you, because without them, we could not be doing this stuff. And we enjoy it, as you can tell, where our little ribbing goes back and forth. It's Brian and I enjoy this, and we enjoy bringing you the products that we do bring you. So we appreciate it. And make sure you tell our sponsors thanks. All right, B-Dub, head coach of the Wahpeton Lady Huskies. How about you guys? Winners of the last 5 out of 6. 3 in a row. Lady Huskies doing some damage in the Region 1.
We're playing pretty well right now. I felt like we could play sort of like this at the beginning of the season, but, we had a lot of new pieces, got some young kids playing. Varsity basketball is a different animal, and, we didn't start out real well, but I think right now we're playing some pretty good basketball. I think, we're starting to run our offense, and we're starting to understand when we have certain lineups in, we need to get the ball in certain places, things like that. It's going okay right now. I can't really complain too much about the way that we're playing.
Well, let's go back. You got 3 in a row now, starting first with February 3rd. I think it was last Monday, a nice win against Lisbon, and 62-22 victory. Convincing win for the Lady Huskies to get back on the win column.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a scary game. I mean, Lisbon's down right now, and, last year, I always talk about last year playing them, how we were up up 20 points or whatever it was, and then that ended up being like an 8-point game at our place. So you can't go into any game, thinking that you can just walk in the gym and win, because everybody's coming for you. So we were able to put together a solid game against them. We stuck to our game plan. We shot 48% from the floor, which is pretty good for us.
Yeah.
For us to play that way and to put together a good game at home, that tells me that we were focused. But again, I go back to us running our stuff and sticking to our assignments and playing solid basketball, and not just kind of running up and down the floor, which is what I feel like we were doing early in the season, and that's why, it led to some of our struggles early. So.
Yep. All right, let's go forward. And I think it was Thursday evening. I was on vacation, so I wasn't able to do it.
Here we go with that vacation again.
I did see the score the next morning and checked you out there, and a nice win. It was, to me, a very nice win, and maybe a little bit of a surprise to me that a nice win in Central Cass, a 59-43 victory.
Why would it be a surprise to you?
I didn't think you'd win by that much.
Okay. Here's what I'll say about that game. I think playing that game, going on the road.
I mean, the girls could do it. Don't get me wrong.
No, exactly. But I think for me, that game was going to tell me what we were going to be like the rest of the season.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Because I felt like, now I'm not saying that Central Cass is a team that we could just go in there and beat, but I felt like if we play the way that we're supposed to play, the way that we're capable of playing,
yes,
I felt like we could beat Central Cass.
I agree.
Okay, now they have an injury. They had a girl who got hurt, and she hurt us pretty bad in the first game. But I felt like that was the one game where I felt like, okay, there's my basketball team. That's the team that I've been waiting for all year. Defensively, we turned it up. We're flying all over the place. We forced a lot of turnovers in that game. And we ran our offense. We ran our stuff. We got the ball to the girls that we needed to in the right spot so that they could be successful. Claire Woods had a great first half, and we took Scout out, and then when Scout's out of the game, well, we have to find some other scoring options, and Claire was that scoring option, and she was able to have a really good second quarter, and I think that lifted us to the lead. Hallie had a really good game. She was able to score out of our defense. And, for us, I think that's the way that we need to play. I thought, Piper's decision-making for a 7th grader to go out there and run a varsity team, her decision-making was really good in that game. We're at the point where we played a lot of games, and now I think she understands, okay, you know what, I do need to peel it out here and run the offense. I don't need to try and go one-on-one here. Stuff that she can get away with at the 7th grade level. Can't really get away with some of that stuff at the varsity level, at least not yet. And I think her decision-making has changed, and it's made us a different basketball team.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a huge win. I think when you look back at the season, at the end of the season, in my eyes anyway, for the Lady Huskies, I think that was a big win for the Lady Huskies right here, coming toward the end of the season.
I think so. I mean, my mantra is always, we want to be playing our best basketball at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And I feel like right now we're playing some pretty good basketball.
Yeah, I would think that you would think that as well. All right, so then Northern Cass comes to town with Hayden Crockett, averaging 31.6 points a game. She comes into town. You put Hallie Miller on her and some different defenses, and come away with a nice victory, 64-59.
I mean, if you look at it after the game and you say, okay, we're gonna put Hallie on her, and Hallie held her to 23, and you're going to be really happy about it.
And that's something.
I mean, it held her below her average. She averages almost 32 points a game. We hold her to 23. She had 38 on us at their place.
Yep.
We got the job done. I mean, Hallie got the job done. She had to work really hard. We went boxing one on her, and we hope to contain her as much as we can. Which, if you want to say 23 points, we did that, and then we didn't really let anyone else go off. I think that was the issue up there, is that, yeah, she went for 38, but there's some other girls who shot the ball pretty well at their place. Gelbert had a good game up there, and I felt like the rest of our girls in our box did a fairly good job of containing them, and when we needed to, we limited them to one shot, which we had struggled with at some time. So it's a team effort. Hallie did her job, but it really is a team effort. Everybody else has to do their job too. And then, you know, on the offensive side, again, we were able to get girls rolling. You know, Claire had another good game. I think Claire ended with 13 points, 13, I think, in that game. You know, it just gives us another scoring option. Hallie was in double figures.
I had her for
I think Piper had 7. So we're getting
Scout with 25.
Scout had 25 to lead everybody. But, you know, we get our points from Scout, but when Scout's out of the game, we have to find scoring somewhere else. And I think for us, that was some of our issue. You know, we'd have those quarters where we can't score. Well, if we look at what happens in those stretches, you know, it's either Scout being out for a portion of that because we're trying to give her a break, or, you know, they're really collapsing on her, or they're doing a box and one, so we have to look elsewhere to get scoring. We can score out of our defense if that's going well, or maybe we can take advantage of some of the size that we have, and you know, Claire and Sienna and players like that. I think we're starting to run our stuff to actually get those guys the ball in scoring position.
I want to talk about the box and one that you played, and I think you played it for a majority of the game.
We played it the entire game.
Yep. Did you consider triangle 2? Did you consider man-to-man on her? Did you? I'm talking about Crockett.
No,
Did you consider anything else, or was it box and 1?
No, we went triangle 2 up there. We went straight box and 1 until the end of the game, and then we went some 3/4 court man.
That's correct. Yeah.
But you know, that's what we wanted to do.
That's where it was.
Yeah, I mean, and it worked. And
that was the game plan.
You know, to Hallie's credit, she got 2 big steals towards the end of the game when they were trying to get her the ball.
Huge.
Yeah, for her to have energy left to do that, to get those steals and to seal the win, I think was big. But like I said, we contained her. We contained her and held her under her average, and we didn't let anyone else go off. And we did a good job on the boards and all those other little things that we kind of struggle with early in the season. We put all those together in a game that we needed to win. We needed to win that game, because if we don't, then Northern Cass moves ahead of us.
Yeah.
You know, so we're trying to work our way up. We can't get to 3, we can get to 4. You know, and I think for us, we want to be playing good basketball. You know, we don't want to be like the Steelers and lose all those games towards the end of the season going into the playoffs. You know, I'm a Steeler fan, but you want to play good basketball. You want to win some games going into the playoffs so that you have that confidence. And I think right now, our confidence is pretty high right now.
You mentioned Hallie Miller in the defense that she played toward the end of the game, but we talked about it, Noel and I talked about it during the game, about how the physical toll it took on her. And if you haven't seen the post-game interview that we did with her afterwards, make sure you go back to our YouTube channel and watch the post-game interview. I know our post-game show got a little long, but we did interview Hallie at the end of that game. But again, she just scored 10 points, which when you get to double figures and your concentration is on defense, hats off to her for the great job she did.
Hey, here's what we want you to do, Hallie. We want you to go out there. We want you to try and stop a girl who scores 32 points a game.
One of the best players in the state.
One of the best players in the state, who could be a Division I. I think she's a Division I player. I know she's going to Jamestown, but I think that girl's a Division I player.
Yep,
okay,
I agree.
Who's a Division I player who has a motor that she doesn't come out of the game.
No,
she does not come out of the game.
I remember that at the Shack last year in the Region 1 tournament.
And plays at a high level for the entire. Hey, we want you to just go chase her around. Don't let her get the ball as much as possible, and then you're going to have to defend once she catches it. That's a lot of work for a girl to do. And then, oh, hey, by the way, we need you to score too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's asking a lot, but she got the job done, and to get in double figures and to play the defense that she did and come up with those 2 big steals, that's what our team needed. And we don't win the game if she doesn't do that.
All right, so hats off to the Lady Huskies. You got 3 in a row, going to go for 4 in a row tomorrow night at Oak Grove. Another Region 1 game, and you and I have talked off air, and I saw my Minnesota math here. I don't think you're going to get any higher than what you're going to get, so either way, you're going to either take on Oak Grove at the end, probably.
Well, I mean, we could still get to 4.
Yeah, and they might slip to 5.
Yeah, but right. So they're right above us. So it's 4-5. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
We can't get to 3. Central Cass is locked in at 3 right now because they had that 2-point win over Northern Cass.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 4-5. I mean, there's an outside chance that if we don't get things done, we could slip. But the way that everything lines up, I just don't think that's going to happen. We're going to be either 4 or 5. and we're going to have to play Oak Grove in that first round of the region tournament like we did last year. You know, we finished the season with Oak Grove, and then we had to turn around and play them a couple days later in the region tournament. We were able to win both of those games. So, you know, we've got to figure out a way to get a win here. We've got to revenge a loss like we did against Central Cass. And
you going to keep some secrets in this one, or are you going to wait? And,
why would you ask me a question like that?
Okay, you're not going to share.
I mean,
okay,
I'm going to coach the game. It's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So, I mean, it is what it is. I think on his side, I think Coach Slider's not going to reveal his hand.
Sure, he ain't.
You know, he didn't last year.
Yep.
You know, so I feel like it's going to be a little bit of the same. We're going to play the game. We're both going to try and win the game. We may save some stuff for the region tournament. I think they're probably going to save some stuff for the region tournament too. So it is what it is. You go, you put the girls on the floor, you try and, you know, set some goals and see if you can get out there and win the game and get better. You want to get better with each game, whether you win it or lose it. And we need to get better in order to get in that before we get in that region tournament.
Less than 2 weeks away.
Can you believe it? I mean, it's gone by pretty fast. We started in November, and I'm like, geez, it's going to take forever. But once we get in the new year, it just goes by.
Then you got number 3 Devils Lake in the state, and then you got number 4 Kindred for your final game.
Yeah, our schedule's pretty tough.
Yep.
And you know,
it's been tough all year.
Yeah, and in the grand scheme, I mean, I hate to say it, but those games really, they kind of don't mean anything. We know we're going to be 4 or 5. I mean, that's where we think we're going to be, and you know, I think we can use those games. You know, as a prep for the region tournament or for the state tournament, for that matter. You know, because guess what? Those are 2 teams that you're going to have to beat if you want to win it all. If we want to win Region 1, we got to beat Kindred. If we want to win the state tournament, probably going to have to beat Devils Lake.
Face Devils
so we're going to have to prepare to beat both of those teams, and we'll see what we can do.
It was senior night the other night. Do you want to say anything before we?
Well, I mean, I could save it for the end of the year, but I mean, senior night was against Northern Cass. Always kind of a tough night to put your seniors on their floor for the last time. I think there's a lot of emotion that goes into that. But pretty cool to get a win the way that we got a win. Pretty cool to get Latea back on the floor.
It was.
A little emotional before the game and having her go out there for the last time on her floor, having, you know, not being able to play for 2 years. And then really kind of cool to finish the game with those 5 seniors on the floor.
Yeah, I noticed that's what you did.
You know, a lot of times you try and get those seniors on the floor and you kind of get them off one at a time to give them their standing ovation, but considering the situation, it was really nice to see them on their floor for the last time.
Very much so.
And me as a coach and now as a dad, you know, seeing those girls start their basketball career as 3rd and 4th graders, and seeing them now finish their career, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. All right. Very, very, very cool. And I'm sure there was some emotions on senior night.
A little bit. We don't want to talk about that.
No, we aren't going to get there. We're not going to get teary. Right.
That's for sure.
We aren't going to get teary in front of David. And
no.
He might snap a picture of that.
Yeah, I know. But yeah. So.
All right. We're going to take a break, B-Dub. And then
we're going to take a break.
Good luck to you guys. And again, your long road trip up to Devil's Lake. We've mentioned it many times. But good luck to you guys. Safe travels on Thursday and Friday. All right, we'll be right back with our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week, and we'll wrap this thing up. We'll put a bow on it right after this.
Life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready this planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Wear Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
A local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance Miller & Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, presented to you by Red River Communications, Cable Channel 28. Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson. And our green room host is now off duty, so Chad's joined me up here in front. Even though David is still back there, but Chad's up here sitting with us.
Maybe one day we can just interview David. He's kind of the new guy in town.
Yeah, we should.
Sports guy.
I remember when he first started, I asked him if he wanted to get on the air with me in a baseball game, and he was pretty shy.
The only bad thing about him is he's a Lions fan, so that's the only bad thing.
How'd they do? They would make quick exits like
the same as the Vikings and the Steelers.
Basically, I was going to say basically the same.
Back there, he is wearing a Lions hat too.
I know. We all made the playoffs, but one and done.
Playoffs.
It is what it is.
Hey, we're done the rest of the week. We're back next Tuesday as the Breck boys will be taking on Barnesville. And then Wednesday, you got to do civic duty, so we do not have a coach's show next Wednesday.
I got my civic duty that I got to do.
Even though I said we were, so I made that mistake. And then we've got the Cowgirls taking on Hillcrest in a dandy.
That'll be a good game.
Should be a really good game.
6A battle.
That'll be a really good game.
And then I think we got a game on Saturday as the Wahpeton boys take on Standing Rock on Saturday afternoon, the 22nd.
That'll be an interesting game.
Hopefully it's warmer by then, Joe.
Gosh, yes. And then the 24th. Guess what? You guys start your region basketball.
It's region time. It's right around the corner, dude.
Breck girls, they start their stuff too, but they'll probably get that seed in the first.
Yeah, I think
Division B is already playing districts.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, they are. Hankinson, there's a playing. Yeah, there's playing stuff.
Girls Division B is already started districts.
Speaking of Hankinson, the boys travel to Hankinson.
They do.
Is it next week?
Next Thursday,
I believe. Next Thursday. Yeah. So. I mean, we can make some phone calls. We'll see.
Yeah, we're going to make some phone calls.
We'll see if we maybe can put it together. I don't know if we can, but we might try.
Yeah, you and Noel might have to go down there.
Yeah, so we'll see.
That'd be good.
Road trip? Those two road tripping?
Road tripping. I got Thursday girls here in Bragg.
He's got Bragg. Yeah, it's all right. We're second fiddle. It's okay. I'm used to it, dude. I'm used to it.
Stop.
This is what
elementary gym, right? Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Chad, I'm used to it.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm used to it. We make it work.
Yeah, you have to.
Hey, we make it work.
Your Super Bowl team win?
I was pulling for Philly. I was.
Were you?
Yeah, my dad probably not very happy about that.
Dad's a Chiefs fan?
Dude, don't even get me started.
If it came between the two.
Chiefs blanket, Chiefs hat.
Is he? Really?
Chiefs sweatshirt. I mean, just.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Chiefs everything. He's got some ties to KC, some family ties that go back to KC. So he's
not a happy guy right now.
He spent a little time in KC. Now, he's a Bears fan, but his second team is KC.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So he is.
Yeah.
See, that's why I can't figure out how you got into the Steelers when you're that close.
It's a long story, dude, from grade school of friends. I had a friend who was a Vikings fan. I had a cousin who was a Cowboys fan. I was the smart one who was a Steelers fan. So,
well, at least you didn't grow up a Lions fan.
Oh.
Whoa. But he'll be here all week.
David doesn't have a microphone, so he's fine.
He's like, did I just sign up for this?
Yeah. No, he didn't come in to catch grief from us. All right. Man, we got a pretty cool Comdale Innovation Play of the Week.
We do. We kind of got a
actually two.
A little double dose.
How about that?
Double dose. Yeah.
You know what it is?
I do.
Okay.
It's same person, but double dose.
Same, but double dose. Yes.
So hopefully I got everything right here. I made a little mistake last week, the last show when we had to. Did you notice it? Did you notice it?
I didn't notice it.
No. Apparently, Aiden Sanchez plays for the Huskies, but.
He does?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Evidently, according to my graphic, according to my graphic, he does. So I don't know. Anyway, wow. I got it fixed for
That's funny. I didn't realize that. Yeah. I even watched it too. I didn't look at it.
It is what it is.
So. All right, that's it. Anything else, Chad?
I'm good.
You got nothing for the coach?
Nope.
Right. David, anything back there from the green room?
Have fun on this long trip.
So thumbs up from David.
Thanks, Chad.
You have the good bus though. See, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, we will get the good bus, so that's good. So.
All right, I got nothing else either, and I want to just say thank you for everybody joining us on the Coaches Show tonight, and thanks to all of our sponsors as always. And we're going to turn it over now, and B-Dub will start up the Comdale Innovation Play of the Week. Good night, everybody.
Big second free throw for Scout goes in. Full court pressure here. Hallie Miller with the steal for the Lady Huskies. There's a tip there by Miller again. Another nice defensive play. Hallie Miller with a steal. Gets it into the front court. Picks up her dribble and a foul. Look at Hallie Miller playing defense.